What's up, guys? Welcome to day 127 of grinding until I become a millionaire. Just trying to get rich, trying to figure shit out. Every day I try my best to do a daily check-in video where I talk about what I did for the day, what I did good at, what I did bad at, and what I'm doing to get closer to that goal of $1 million or just being a millionaire. I just want to make it, man. I was texting my friend today and I'm like, dude, I am just so fucking tired of always feeling like I'm scrambling for money. Now, it hasn't been that bad the last few months, which has been nice. Like, I just transferred $1,200 from one of my savings accounts, or just like my only savings account, and I only set that account up as a way to pay off debt. So every month I just have a bunch of reoccurring transfers set up, and every time I cut an expense, I add that to the transfer, because obviously I was getting by, before. So when I, I don't know if I did. I need to. But let's say I paid off my phone, right? I transferred money from that account, paid off my phone, and I was paying $50 a month towards my phone. And then when I paid it off, I just added a transfer for $50 a month to go into that other account. And so it's stacking up really quickly. So I just put $1,200 transferred over that I'll use to just pay off one of my credit cards. That's going to feel really good to just get that done. And then the minimum payment that I was making on that card, I'm going to add as a transfer into that other account. So it just snowballs. And that's something that had been stressing me out for a while, because for a while there, it's just I'm just barely getting by, making my payments, paying my bills, blah, blah, blah. And it's tough. It is there was definitely a time period there that just, I felt like I had to go to Montana. My grandpa was sick. I was there for a while. It was expensive. Then I think I went to Vegas for my brother's bodybuilding show, and I got a credit card there because then I get free parking if I got the MGM credit card. So I got that, and then I spent money and just racked that up. And then there's just been different times that I was probably a little irresponsible, and now I haven't put any money on credit cards in the last year almost, and I've just been saving money. But anyway, that's something that I write on my my daily check-in to-do list is goals, right? And one goal is $5,000 a month of passive income. Second goal is pay off all my debt. Third goal is move to Bali. Those are the three things that I want to achieve at some point in my life. And sometime it's going to happen. And so anyway, paying off the debt feels good. And it's been nice having that extra money that I can just put towards that. I feel like I'm doing okay. What I'm not okay with is the affiliate sales that I was getting from YouTube have gone from from selling bikes from my YouTube channel, was $1,000 to $1,500 a month that I was making in monthly affiliate income. It's down to $300 to $500 a month. I think this month coming up is going to be $400. I'm what the hell? Just went from a good amount of money last year to not a good amount of money. December and January have just been bad. So that's annoying, but it's that's also something that just comes with it, right? You can show up every day to your job and they have to pay you no matter what, but the owner of that company kind of has to deal with fluctuations in the market and changing trends and everything like that. And so you get to reap the rewards when it's there, and you also got to deal with the shit when it's not. You got to figure out how to make up for the changes and how to combat it. And I don't know, I think that that's something that is stressful, but it's also fun. It's just like a big video game, man. It's oh, cool, now I'm making way less money than I was last year. So how do I fix that? What do I do to figure that out? The fun part of it is trying to figure it out, to me anyway. I do have a lot of fun. And so that's just been something super stressful, but I've been working more, serving, and that's been going okay. Now, I wish I had more time to do these other projects, but I'm really excited today because this guy that followed my Future Millionaire TikTok account, he followed me. He's got 500,000 followers. I was what the hell? So I followed him back, and he does stuff with TikTok Shop. So it's essentially affiliate stuff with TikTok Shop. And I've been like just kind of watching on the sidelines, like his content and the whole idea behind it, because it's like affiliate stuff is great. I've made a lot of money from affiliate stuff in more of a traditional sense. And he posted something just like a couple days ago that was like, started a brand new account, and you know, this challenge that I'm doing is to get it to $500 a week in the first week. And bro did it. Bro made $500 that week. And I think that's pretty good money for just some passive TikTok income. And I was like, oh, what the hell? Like, I'm going to try this shit. And I mentioned it before, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And so today was the third day. So on the first day, I followed his advice. His name's Jay Hard on TikTok. Good dude. And he's like a kid. He's like 19. He's like 19 and he's making good money from what he says on his main account. I think around 10K a month, some months. Now I'll get into more about what I think about the TikTok affiliate stuff later, but I was like, shit, what am I doing? You know, I was like, so anyway, I followed his advice, made a brand new account. I have 2 accounts with over 5,000 followers on TikTok, but they're, I don't know, I feel like they're kind of niche, and I just wanted this one to be a separate one and that I can just play with. And so I have a brand new account, set it up, followed his advice, and then he's like, you just pick a product, buy the product, and then make like 5 videos a day on it. And I'm like, shit, that's kind of a lot of videos, but it's not that hard. The first one I made different videos of Joey playing with this automatic fetch machine that I have that is also on TikTok Shop. And I'm like, okay, this works out. And it's a cool toy. Joey likes it. I like it. It's a cool toy. So anyway, made a few videos of that. Got like 300 product clicks in the first day, but nobody bought. And so I was like, damn, this kind of sucks. And then the second day, I worked all day. It was Saturday, and so that's why I didn't make a video. But I did post like, I think just 2 videos, or maybe just 1 video of her playing with it again. So I think I did 3 the first day, 1 the second day. And then I talked to him some more. He gave me some more advice. And then I took some of that advice today, and I filmed a couple different videos of a different product, and I got sales. Guys. And first sale came through. I went on like my notifications, and I was like, I didn't know how to go in and see the real-time data. I didn't know how to do that, but I'm not even kidding. This account has 7 followers, and they've all come in today. I had like 0 followers when I started it. It's brand new. It's a picture of me holding Joey, and the username is just a bunch of letters. Like it's not a brand. It's not on brand at all. It's just a bunch of letters. And it's interesting. Nobody follows you from this account because like, why would they follow you? You know, but TikTok pushes the videos out to people. People watch the videos, and then it's wacky. So I went into the notification area because I check it every few hours just to see if I got a sale. And I went in and it popped up. It said, you got your first sale. I'm like, oh my God. So I sent the screenshot to him, and he's like, if you do this, you can see the real-time reporting. And sure enough, there it was. Like, you know, I think it's $2.80 for the commission, which isn't very good, right? Oh, but I was like, that's the easiest $2 I made. I refreshed it. I was at $5. I was like, this is the easiest $5 I made. Like I just made the one little TikTok video and boom, made $5. It's crazy. So from that, I think that all happened 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, like I made it. So it was pretty late at night. Made $30 before 1 a.m. my time, or $28. And then so far today, since the time flipped over, I think I'm only at 1 sale, but let's look. Oh, I'm at 2 now. This is crazy. So in the last 2 hours, I've made $5. That's for today, and it's all off of this exact same video. I'll talk more about it. I have more to talk about. But yesterday, I made $28. The 9 items from one video sold, and 1 item from the other video, which is pretty much the exact same video. Like the first one started popping off and getting conversions. And so I made it with a couple different hooks and just trying different things. And it got more views, but less sales. And so it's super late at night. I don't imagine a lot of people are buying things, but anyway, it's a real interesting concept. So 9 orders, $28.6. That beat my YouTube income for the day, and I made like 2 little videos. Now, that's awesome, and I'm super hyped about that because this is a low price product, low commission. I think it's only 10% commission. You can find some with up to 30, and it's like, anyway, there's a lot to be done with it. I didn't even have the product. I just made a little video about it, and crazy, $30, almost $30, and then $5 so far today. It's 3 a.m. So I'm curious if that video keeps going, like what will tomorrow look like? And then I made one before I went to bed of a different product, but it's only at like 700 views, but we'll see. I'm going to do a couple spin-offs of that one too and see what I can get it to. But anyway, that whole thing, I was just like, this is crazy. And they're not big numbers, but the whole concept, like, to me, it's proof of concept. When I was watching it, I was like, okay, $10,000 a month seems a little crazy. And as this gets more saturated, which I believe it will, it'll be less efficient, but it's like that whole concept of finding trends, jumping on the trends when you can. Like if I would have got into drop shipping when I was listening to a podcast about it in freaking 2016, 2017, then it could have worked out really good. Now it's just really saturated. And so it's still possible, but it's just a lot harder. These are probably the early days of TikTok Shop. As that grows up, Amazon will probably try and copy it. Instagram will probably try and copy it. And so being on the front lines of this and figuring this out, I think is really important. And these kids, man, I'm sure he's got all his little homies in high school and they're all just grinding and figuring this shit out. And it's so cool. When I was in high school, we were having stupid rap battles and stuff. Like, I wish I was around people, and maybe it's because entrepreneurship wasn't that cool back then. Like, I don't know, but I just wish, like, it's really cool to see these kids killing it. Like, I was like, dude, what's your plan? He's like, oh, I'm gonna do this and this and this. Like when I graduate high school, he's still in high school teaching me how to make money. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, good for him. I'm excited about this whole thing. And like I said, it's not huge numbers, but I see a lot of potential in it as I learn more, because like I don't know what I'm doing. That was my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was my 6th video that's popping off. So first video, 2,400 views on TikTok, no sales. 1,500 views on the second video, no sales. 221 on the third video, no sales. 786 on the fourth video, no sales. 450 on the fifth video, no sales. Right now, 14.2K on the 6th video, and I think it's at 9 sales. Okay. And then I made a second video that was it was around the same product. But it was different. The way I showcased the product and talked about it wasn't super anyway, it was just different. I made a second video. That one's at 5,000 views, and I think it got 1 sale. And so that's interesting to see, like, the efficiency of that first video. It has 3 times the views, but it has 9 times the sales. So it's like, oh wow, that's pretty crazy. I need to figure out why that one did so good. The second one didn't. Like, the second one got views, but no sales. And so then anyway, 7th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7th one is the one with 5,000 views, but only 1 sale. The 8th one has 724 views, and it's one I just replied to a comment on the 7th one. And then the 9th one is almost identical to the 6th one, which got 14.2 thousand views. So yeah, the 9th one has 5,626 views, similar likes, but still lower conversion. I think it's sold maybe 2 products. And so anyway, it's just really interesting. And then the 10th one is one about a different product. It has 769 views. So we'll see. That one's a little bit of a more expensive product, and the shipping's a little bit higher. So we'll see what happens with it. Like, if it sells, I've got some plans to redo the video I did and make it a little bit quicker, shorter to the point, or quicker to get to the point, and just play with different things. But So that's cool, passive income from TikTok Shop. The thing that concerns me about this is that what if, I highly doubt that this video that's getting me sales will continue to go for the next year, right? Maybe not even the next week. I don't know. I feel like it's 1 or 2 days of views, and then it just kind of trickles off. I could be wrong. I don't mess with TikTok or Instagram very much. Know quite a bit about YouTube, and I'll have shorts with no views on YouTube, and then at day 196 they get 100,000 views. They just pop off. I haven't seen that happen with any of my TikToks. It's more of, if I'm gonna have a TikTok, I have one on my main channel with 8 million views. That one just immediately popped off. You don't see that with shorts with TikToks where they pop off after a while. It's usually immediate, and then they're gonna peak, and then they'll just stay there. And so the concern with that is that you're always going to be having to make new content if you want to sell something. And I make it sound really easy, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. You got to lay on the shop, you got to look for stuff that you think might be useful, that might sell good, that's effective for you, and blah blah blah. So there's a lot of work that goes into it for sure. Whereas if you build up a whole brand around affiliate stuff, it's you have that whole brand. You can have hundreds of YouTube videos pointing to different products or pointing to your email list that you then convert to. With TikTok, it's very hands-off, and it's immediate conversions, and then that's it. You're not building a brand, which I'm fine with making $30 yesterday. I'm totally fine with that. But I'm curious to see how that plays out. I feel like you've constantly have to be on your toes, looking for new products, making new videos, playing with different things. And that might prove to be more work than the income's actually worth. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, imagine you get one viral video, I'm making $2.60 on this one product. At 15,000 views, I made $30. So let's play with the idea that same conversion rate happens and we get 1 million views. So at 15,000 views, we've got 9 sales. So let's divide 1 million by 15,000. That's 66 times. So 9 times 66 is 594 times my $2.80 is only $1,600, which is decent money, but only $1,600 for 1 million views on a video. So yeah, I see this one that I'm going to try and make a video on. We'll see what happens without the product, but I know people are making stupid money on that one. It's also very saturated. Anyway, aside from that, went to work today and worked a little bit. I was just in a bad mood today. I was pissing everybody off. I feel there's a good book called No More Mr. Nice Guy. It's about nice guy syndrome and how a lot of people my age especially grew up with less of a father presence. And my dad was always there until my parents got divorced, and then I guess I was with my mom mostly. But for a good, I think I was 13 when that happened. So for the first 13 years, I had my dad around. But the whole concept of the book is there was a lot of, during the war, a lot of fathers left, and so a lot of men were raised by their moms, which again, nothing's wrong with that. But there's a lot of guys who just have who are people pleasers. And so the whole idea is that phenomenon came from that era. And then so those fathers who were raised as people pleasers are now raising more kids. And it's just an interesting thing of people who want to please everybody. And I definitely used to be like that. I think I've become less like that, but I also am very I guess I just like to be liked by the people around me. And it's hard for me to just be completely authentic and say what's really on my mind, or rock the boat or confrontation. I hate all that shit. And so I think because of that, I feel like people walk all over me sometimes, and then I just snap, and then it's a bad combination. What I need to figure out how to do is just be more consistent and also have boundaries early on so it doesn't get to that point. But then I'm like, oh, well, if I say that I don't like this or that this is a problem or I confront this issue, then that's going to make me look bad. It's like, fuck, what the fuck am I worrying about? Like, who cares? It makes me look bad when I snap and get all mad because something that was okay a week ago is all of a sudden not okay because I'm fed up with it. It's like, that's a me problem, and I got to figure that out. But anyway, so the work was interesting today. Don't think I made great money. I made over 100, but I was there for like 5 hours. It kind of sucked. Then I came home and took Joey to the brewery. She ran around, talked to one of the guys there, and this is going to be good. I spent the rest of my night refreshing my TikTok shop and working on the marketing website. So maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I mentioned that I was going to build up a marketing specific website, and I was going to sell like social media services to local businesses. And that was something that I was like, yeah, I'll probably maybe do this. And then during one of the episodes, I'm like, you know what? I need to like just go all in, go balls deep. You know, I just gotta, like, I can't leave myself room to cop out, because if I say, oh, well, like this is something I kind of want to do, then it's really easy to just be like, oh yeah, you know, like I'll get to it eventually, versus just saying, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it right now. Here's how I'm going to do it. And just committing to it. It's really easy if I leave myself an easy out. So I told myself like, hey, you're going to do this. You're going to start, like, let's go. And finally today, I completely finished the website. I have it set up. Everything's linked together. Everything's updated, and it's good. The contact form works. It links to my social medias, and so everything's set up that way. And now I feel good having that. So now I can start throwing that out there to people that I see online asking about questions or blah, blah, blah. I'm still not sure the exact direction that I'm going to go, but I've been listening to this podcast. God, I have a lot to talk about today. From Tim Ferriss. Good. I read 4 Hour Workweek. That was like one of the first books I read in 2017-18. They got me started on this journey. 4 Hour Workweek, great book, great concepts. And so anyway, the guy that wrote that is Tim Ferriss, and he has this podcast. He was interviewing Noah Kagan, I think. And Noah is, I guess he has, what's it called? HubSpot? No. I can't think of it. Anyway, he just wrote a book. What you'll see is when people write books, they go magically, they appear on all these other podcasts, and they just talk about things that happen to have a lot to do with their book. And good for them, you know, sell the book. And so anyway, Noah's on Tim Ferriss's podcast. He's on this podcast, My First Million. He's on all these different podcasts. But one of the things that they were talking about, I forgot what made me think about what they were talking about. Start yapping too much, and then I forgot. Hold on, I'll think of it. Because it had to do with the Noah's whole concept is like how you can build $1 million business in 48 hours now. It's a little bit of a clickbaity title, but he explained it and it makes sense. Like the concept behind it makes a lot of sense. But he talks about how people overthink everything and instead just start. And I love that idea. And I used to be more like that. And then I've started overthinking everything. Like in my head, I'm saying, okay, well, I need to build this website first that has like kind of a portfolio. I need to do a portfolio first. I need to do client work for free to build a portfolio. I need to set up this website. And actually, in order to get lead generation and to start getting clients coming to me, I'm going to start up this other website and this other brand that allows me to reach out to business owners and help them build their business or showcase them on my website so that I'm not even selling services yet. It's like, so I'm like planning all this shit out before I even jump in. And I think one of the things he says, like, people do that. They're like, well, I need a big to-do list. I need to file for a patent because eventually I'm going to patent this thing, and I need to hire an attorney, and I need to do this. And it's like, okay, well, you just created like 8 months of work for yourself before you actually get started. And that's what I was doing. That's what I was trying to do. So I was like, you know what? I just need to finish the fucking website. Then I have something to push to people. I can start reaching out. And that's what I need to do next. And I'm this close this close to completely quitting the 2 BMX YouTube channels and like those brands and just let them do whatever they're going to do and bring in the passive income. Although it's going to shrink, just let it do its thing and focus 110% on this marketing idea. Because I think that can make me quite a bit more money in the long term, and there's a lot more potential with it. And it's like when I was building up my first website, it was so easy to grow subscribers because that's all I was doing. That's all I was focusing on. And it's like the big reason behind that, I think the biggest thing is not because you have so much free time to create content or to run the brand. It's because you have free time to learn and grow. So when I started the website at first, that took up everything. Like I was constantly watching podcasts about SEO and watching YouTube videos about blogging and using WordPress and using Google Business Manager and Google Analytics and like everything. I was learning everything I could about it. Best practices, how to do this, how to do that, like top 10 site or page title tips or blog post title tips. Like it talked about using odd numbers instead of even numbers because those have a better click-through rate, and like just all of these different things because I was in the trenches learning everything I could about it to make it successful. And like I said, when I was doing that, when I was hitting it hard, I made like $300-400 from 1 month of that. And I was like, that's crazy, because that's like, I don't know, about what just the YouTube ad revenue on one of my channels is now, years later. And when I was growing the YouTube channel, you know, I took a step from the blogging, I went all in on the YouTube and got it monetized. It took a while, got it monetized, figured out like, and I was spending time learning how to do better at it. And then when I moved away from that, I started the second channel. Like now I just feel like all my time is spent juggling balls and solving problems versus actually learning to grow. And so everything's kind of flatlined because of that, because now I've like, okay, well, I kind of need to do this as upkeep, and I need to do this as upkeep, and I need to do this as upkeep. There's no time to do anything for scaling and for growth and for doing better. And if I just keep adding on projects, like if I had 100% of my time to focus on how to get social media clients and make more money doing that, of course it would work, of course. But I don't have that time to do it because I'm trying to juggle all these other things. And that it is so hard to let go, though. It is so hard to let go. And I don't know if I'm ready to do it yet. I don't know. I don't think I am. I feel like my best choice, the best decision is to keep going with them until they're at a more sustainable spot and then jump. But I don't know. I don't know how much longer I can wait. Like I need to start making more money so I can comfortably live here in Phoenix on my own, so I don't have to go back to New Mexico and don't have to work as much as I am. And there's just so many things I need to figure out. But I think that I don't know completely yet. I'm unsure about it. I'll be thinking about it over the next couple weeks, but it's leaning more towards like, hey, I need to realize the bigger potential, and I need to be honest about things that are holding up my time or holding up my capabilities. And even though it's like a passion project, it's something I love, it's something that's just been a lot of fun for me to grow and work on, like maybe I've reached like the top of that exponential growth. You know, everything has a slow growth, and then once it starts going, it goes exponentially, but it's going to hit a wall. You know, it's going to hit the ceiling at some point, and depending on the niche and your capabilities and what you do and your the niche especially determines how high that exponential growth is going to be. And I do think mine's in a pretty low growth. Like I think I can spend the next 5 years growing it maybe to 100K, but like monetarily, could I grow something else in those 5 years that's worth a lot more? Probably. But I don't know, we're thinking about it. Now I just added the TikTok shop bullshit on top of everything that I'm juggling. And this daily check-in video. So much to do. But anyway, I'll quit talking. That was day 127. Tomorrow is Monday. It's my day off. So I will be making more TikTok shop videos and trying to figure out how to get rich. But I won't work, so I won't have very much income. It's going to look like a pretty disappointing day. I always feel dumb posting the days where I don't make any money, where I'm just like, oh, Oh man, I was going to refresh my shop and see if I had any more sales, but it looks like I haven't even gotten more views. Let's look. One more time. This is me all day, just like ever since Jared showed me how to do that, I've just been fucking refreshing. Yep, only 2 sales today. Oh well, it's a bright day ahead of us. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow for day 128. If you guys want to learn the TikTok shop stuff, man, go follow Jay Hard on TikTok. Dope guy, super helpful, and he will get you straight. He'll get you straight. Do some consulting for you. But yeah, all right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.